Hello everyone. In this video, I want to talk to you about, what is going on in the UK right now. I mean, this has been going on for months, right from the immediate past Prime Minister, that is Liz Truss, and even up to the present Prime Minister, Rishi Sunak. There's been a lot of clampdown on immigration. And the last video I did about this was when news broke, that the Prime Minister is actually looking to really bring down net migration, and it seems they are starting with international students, right? So if you want to know the backstory, I have a video for that. You can check out that video. It's going to be up here and in the description box as well, so you can get a background of what this is about in case you're not aware of it. So in this video, I have an update on about this, and I'm going to be taking you through what this update is. So if we're just meeting, my name is Jackie, and you're welcome to my channel, Jackie Travels, where I share information to help you migrate abroad, to study, to work, and to live. Right now on my channel, I have videos on how to migrate to a lot of countries like the UK, the Netherlands, Ireland, Australia, Germany, so many countries. So you may want to check out my old videos so you can know your options. And if this is the kind of information you would like to be seeing on YouTube, then consider subscribing to my channel and turn on the post notifications so you won't miss any video when I post it. And to my returning subscribers, thank you so much for your support. Thanks for always coming back to watch my videos. I truly appreciate you all. So in this video, right, I want to talk to you about what happened after it was announced, after the news came out, right, that the UK government was trying to clamp down on international students, and they were going to do this actually by limiting some universities in the UK from offering admission to international students. So in that news report, it was said that the UK government was looking at, stopping low level universities, low quality universities as they called it, from admitting international students. So they're looking at a scenario where only top universities in the UK will be allowed to admit international students. So there was a time the Home Secretary, Braverman, said that the influx of international students were mostly from this low quality universities that are not so funded. So she believed that these universities were just offering admission to foreign students, just at random, so they can, make money from these students to be able to keep their universities afloat. Yeah. So now the government is looking at actually really stopping some universities from admitting foreign students. And they're also looking at a scenario where even some courses, because they did mention that international students are also coming into the UK using like any course, any random courses that are not like so relevant to the UK economy at the moment, and they're just using this as a pathway to enter into the UK. Anyway, so the news broke on their plans on bringing down the number of international students that make it into the UK, and the universities are fighting back. Yes. So I'm going to show you a news report from The Guardian. So the headline reads, Senior Tories demand Sunak ditches mindless crackdown on overseas students. Former universities ministers David Willett, Joe Johnson, and Chris Skidmore say PM's move will hit economy and leveling up. So they are totally against this move to crack down on international students, clamping down on what they call the low quality universities from admitting international students. So this is like one of the ways they want to reduce net migration, because the whole purpose, right, is to reduce net migration in the UK. Before the COVID hit and before Brexit, right, there was moving into the UK was a bit difficult. They didn't have like all these pathways that are now available. So after Brexit, after COVID, right, there was labor shortage in the UK. The UK economy was suffering, and they just needed to open up the borders, to bring in highly skilled migrants into the country to help with the economy, right? So they came up with different visas like the scale-up visa, the health and care visa, adding, certain occupations to the shortage occupation list, just to bring in foreign workers into the UK, right? So they're thinking of, I think they feel like the purpose, has been achieved and it's getting too much. So they want to go back to, the days when it was not that easy to move into the UK. So this clamp down on international students is just a measure to bring down the net migration, right? So it's going to get into other sectors. So they're just starting, like, this is just like one of the ways, the first way that they are trying to reduce the net migration. Okay, so the universities are fighting back, right? Let me read a little bit about this. Rishi Sunak is facing an immediate backlash over plans for a mindless crackdown on overseas students, as three former Tory university ministers warned it would hit attempts to level up the economy and hold back Britain's faltering economy. Yeah. So Tory discontent is growing on several fronts just weeks into Sunak's premiership, with rebellions growing this weekend over house building plans and his vow to keep a ban on new offshore wind farms. In another sign that Sunak is struggling to hold his party together, senior Tories are now raising the alarm over his plans to clamp down on the number of international students coming to Britain in the wake of last week's record net migration figures. Downing Street has raised the prospect of limiting visas for students coming to complete low quality degrees, right? So I'm going to go further down into this report. Skip Moore, who set out the last international student strategy as universities minister and is now overseeing an independent commission on the issue, said the UK should be growing the sector rather than attempting to shrink it, right? So he said it would be a disaster for international students' populations to shrink in areas like Preston or Newcastle or anywhere else where there's a regional university, he said, right? So domestic students are subsidized now by international students. International students also massively subsidize research and development in universities. To pull the plug would potentially destabilize the future of the UK economy. It would destabilize the ability to level up areas which are seeing inward investment from international students, and it would destabilize the UK role in the world post-Brexit. So the past university ministers are so against this move. Any attempt to clamp down on international students, they are so against it. So this plan by the UK government is just seeing a lot of backlash, and they just feel like this is not the right way to go. The UK government should not clamp down on international students in any way, right? So that is what is ongoing right now. So I just thought to bring this news to you because there's been a lot of panic, people flooding my inbox asking me even what's the way forward for them, people that already have admission for January intake, and they're like, okay, how does this affect them, things like that. And people that are already like making plans towards, September 2023, intake. So there's a lot of panic, a lot of questions. So I just thought I should bring this news to you so you can know that the UK government is also being hit, inwardly, by former university ministers. I feel like this is so not the way to go. So let's see how this unfolds. I'm going to bring you more news as things unfold. So let me know what you feel about this whole situation in the comment section. Are you a prospective international student? Let me know what you feel about all this in the comment section, and give the video a like if you found it valuable, and subscribe to my channel if you've not done that already. Thank you so much for watching this video to the end. I will see you in the next one.